Imagine you're born into the most powerful civilization in the universe. You're not just a person. You're a god among mortals. You can fly faster than a jet, lift a mountain with one hand, and live for thousands of years. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, if you're a Viltrumite, that dream is actually a nightmare of blood, conquest, and a very short childhood. Welcome to your life as a Viltrumite. Your life doesn't start with toys and cartoons. It starts with a test. Thousands of years ago, the Viltrumites decided that being average was a death sentence. They initiated the Great Purge, a massive civil war where they literally killed off the weak half of their own population. If you're alive today, it's because your ancestors were the most brutal, efficient killers in the galaxy. As a kid, you don't go to school to learn math. You go to the pits to learn how to break bones. If you can't keep up, you're not tutored. You're disposed of. The Viltrumite Empire has no room for second place. By the time you hit your teens, you've probably seen more combat than a human general sees in a lifetime. Around your teenage years, something happens. You start to feel lighter. This is the awakening. Your Viltrumite DNA finally kicks in. First, it's the strength. You accidentally crush your front door. Then the speed. You can run across a continent before lunch. But the big one, flight. Unlike humans who need wings or engines, your flight comes from a complex equilibrium in your inner ear. You don't just fly, you move through the air as if it were water. You can leave the atmosphere, hold your breath for weeks, and travel between stars. You are now a living weapon, and the Empire is ready to point you at something. Now that you're a full-fledged warrior, you get your first assignment. You're not sent to destroy a planet. That's a waste of resources. You're sent to prepare it. You're a vanguard. Your job is to find a planet with potential, like Earth, and integrate yourself into their society. You might spend decades, even centuries, living among lesser beings. You'll watch them grow old and die while you barely age a day. You might even start a family. But don't get too attached. Your real goal is to weaken their defenses, study their heroes, and wait for the signal. When the Empire arrives, you're expected to hand over the keys to the planet. If the locals resist, well, that's where the fun and the genocide begins. You aren't just a freelancer. You report to the Viltrumite High Command. At the top is the Grand Regent Thrag, the strongest, oldest, and most ruthless of you all. The hierarchy is simple. Strength is rank. If you want a promotion, you don't ask for a raise. You challenge your superior to a fight to the death. Disobedience is not an option. If you fail your mission or, heaven forbid, develop feelings for the planet you're supposed to conquer, the Empire will send someone like Conquest to remind you of your duty. And trust me, you don't want to meet Conquest. He's the guy who makes your brutal childhood look like a summer camp. You might think you're invincible, but even gods have flaws. Remember that inner ear equilibrium that lets you fly? If someone hits you with the right frequency, your world starts spinning, and your brain feels like it's exploding. Then there's the Scourge virus, a biological weapon that nearly wiped out your entire race, leaving only a few hundred of you left. And if you ever find yourself near the core of a sun, even your invulnerable skin will start to sizzle. You're tough, but the universe is a big, dangerous place, and there are things out there, like the Ragnars, that can tear a Viltrumite apart like wet paper. So, is it worth it? You have the power of a god, but you live a life of endless war. You outlive everyone you love, only to serve an empire that would kill you the moment you showed weakness. Being a Viltrumite isn't about freedom. It's about being the sharpest blade in the Emperor's hand. So, next time you look up at the stars and wish you could fly, just remember what you'd have to give up to get there. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay strong or stay out of the way.